If you are new around here, I'm Heather, this is my husband Brady, and we have 2 daughters, Alexa and Chloe. This week we are ripping up another one of our stone floors inside of our 200-year-old homestead. We are building firewood storage, and we have an emotional update on our donkey Stella.
So somewhere in here, Ori was telling me there's a massive hole that they covered up. Something to do with the cows. I think it's somewhere in this area or in the corner with a giant hole that we uncovered.
Interesting.
What's cool. Inside the hole?
Secret treasure?
What? I like this kind of work. I think it's fun. It's like you work really hard, but you see your results really quickly, so it's gonna be a good day. So I'm having a bit of deja vu. This is the same job that we did before. Different room, same job. It's a bit easier. Yeah, I would say this is a bit easier on the body to pull up these stones. They're not quite as big and heavy.
That's heavy. If they're too heavy, then let me do them, okay? Even if they're too heavy, you can do it? No. If they're too heavy, you should let me do them. So the last time we did all this digging in the other room, I didn't do a good job explaining why we have to dig and why we have to dig so deep. So the reason why we have to dig so deep is to put a moisture barrier and insulation. Well, the insulation is a good, I want to say 40 centimeters, and then there needs to be an air gap. We put down these interesting plastic dome-shaped things that allow us to pour concrete, but then have air flowing underneath the concrete. I'm still not doing a good job explaining it, but you just have to trust me that it takes a lot of space, and we can't build up, raise the floor up, because then obviously we don't have the ceiling height that we need. So thus, we need to dig down, hopefully just a meter, but it's possible it could be more. It's gonna be like kind of cool when it's finished, and this is our, what is this, the office?
Dining room,
sitting here, enjoying it, and realizing all of the work we went through.
Yeah. I think that's how the reason that you want to build the house altogether is like, it's more than just a house, it's memories of building it.
Yeah, especially with the kids who have completely abandoned us.
I know, where are they? What are you fixing?
The stick.
Yeah?
Which I still don't know what it's called.
The pitchfork?
The pitchfork. I thought it was called like something to do with sticks.
What are you using to fix it? Some string. I see you got some glue there.
I tried to use the glue, but the glue doesn't work.
Oh, bummer.
This will work.
Yeah, you're gonna tie it back up, huh?
Yeah. Do you want to watch?
Yeah, a little bit.
I read a quote this week that the biggest life hack of all time is to simply do the work. And I think that's true, because it's like I've been stressing all week about these types of projects, but as soon as you start doing the work and you start getting your hands dirty and digging things up, it's no longer stressful. It's like you get in your head. When you look at a project like this as a whole, it's incredibly daunting and is overwhelming for us when we're just sitting there doing nothing. But when you're actually in the midst of just doing one task and doing the work and getting your hands dirty, it all of a sudden becomes a lot less stressful and daunting, and all you have to do is pick up the next rock and the work gets done. We're getting close.
Yeah, we are getting close. I think as it seems like this is an easier room because of the lighter stones. They're like a million little stones.
And that's kind of annoying.
It is. It's like, and they're really, really jam-packed together, so it's actually a bit harder to get them out than the big ones.
What do you mean?
Chloe really likes it though, because she can pick up all of them and just throw them in the wheelbarrow, so we're doing it.
I got a little impatient and already dug a hole, and I've got so much better news than the first room. The first room we dug down and immediately within 2 inches found solid bedrock. And then I dug another and a third hole in that same room, and it's nothing but bedrock. But in this room so far, I dug down about 2.5 feet. So at least in this section, the walls go all the way down. This is about, I don't know, 70 centimeters. And it's not, the walls are built down that far. It's not like it goes down and hits bedrock and it's done. So that's extremely good news. It likely means, at least in this room, there's not going to be much bedrock at all unless it just kind of changes dramatically. And that they they buried the walls very, very deep. So feeling a lot better than last week.
So we were just talking about how much smaller the room will feel once we build in the walls for the insulation and everything for the waterproofing and whatnot. And we actually are going to have to kind of level out the walls a bit more because there are some spots like in here that have stones sticking out extra far, so we lose as little space as possible.
So what that means is all of the rocks that are sticking out, we're gonna have to remove or saw them down or chisel them out. And then there are some spots that just flare out dramatically, and we'll have to take a heavy duty jackhammer and kind of chip away, maybe an angle grinder, and slowly cut away at them, because anytime you have a flare out of 2 inches, then the entire wall will have to step in 2 inches. We'll get a laser line to try to get everything as smooth as possible prior to insulating and building the walls. Well, the sun just came out for the first time this week. We have been living in the clouds for the last week, which I've actually been loving. It's got a little bit of an eerie, misty feeling to it, but it is nice to have the sun back for just a minute. You guys ready to plant our Christmas tree?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the lights off, and then we'll find some place to plant them.
I'm thinking of a spot that I really like. You can't put this tree, you can break a branch.
Let's put it right here.
Yeah.
This seems like a really good spot for it. Okay, let's dig it. All right, Chloe, you want to dig?
After you, Chloe, can I have a turn?
Nice one.
Get
Some
out.
nice dirt. So do you think next year our Christmas tree will be bigger, and then we can dig them back up again to put in the house?
That's a good idea.
Maybe it would be even bigger. What if it gets too big? They can't fit in our house. Oh, there's a big root.
And we'll decorate it outside.
Nobody's afraid of dogs.
Here, can I see that for a minute?
Go ahead.
I'm tired. So as it's the new year, of course we have a New Year's resolution to work out more, because most people do, I feel like. This is the
Pretty
time.
much obligatory.
And so we've started working out, and I'm kind of regretting that decision right now because I'm so sore, and now I'm trying to lift the weights. Like, I feel like in a few weeks I'm going to be really strong, but I'm feeling it right now.
We're almost out of electricity.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. We just have to use our own bare hands.
So we don't have electricity on the property, so all of the electricity is coming from our battery bank that we then have to take and charge up since we don't yet have solar panels.
Are you gonna make solar panels?
I hope to put solar panels up soon. I haven't decided if I want to do like a temporary setup just on the mountain somewhere, or if we should wait and do it properly on the roof, which requires paperwork, of course. We love paperwork in Italy. But we are less than 10% battery, and then we will be by hand only the rest of the day.
Yikes.
Is this good? That got stuck together.
So we need to be very careful of this pipe that goes in the ground there.
Okay.
Because the shutoff is up here, so if we damage the pipe before the shutoff,
Oh, yeah.
instant flood. Girls, look at this.
Whoa.
This is an old piece of the roof.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh,
So
that's
they-
cool.
Catch it?
Yep. They would have had wood, kind of like the beams here, and then they would have put the rocks, kind of like what we're digging up, and then over top of the rocks they would have put these.
That's the shingles, like to make it
Isn't
look
that
pretty.
neat?
That's
Is it
cool.
like pottery?
It's kind of like
Kind of.
water, yeah.
Are we gonna keep that?
Sure.
Yay! We can put it in our stone pile.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. We could build something with it.
Almost there.
Almost there. We're so close. So one of the most popular activities in this area is skiing. And we had never been, so we thought it was time for us to get out there and try this over our, Christmas and New Year's holiday. So we went for the first time. The girls had a little bit of a lesson, and they really loved it. I think they're naturals. They're gonna be Olympic bound in no time. No, they really loved it, and they had so much fun. We can't wait to get back again.
Yep, this is it.
That's the hole?
Yep. This is gross.
It's like all the horse pee? Or the cow pee or whatever it was?
I wonder how deep it is. So, the cows would have lived up there. The urine would have run down the channel into this hole, and I guess they periodically scoop it out.
Ew.
And,
Ew. That's disgusting. I mean, I was thinking like, oh, it soaks into the earth. Okay.
It does that too.
That's not that gross, but like putting it in a hole. Ugh.
Yep.
So now we have to touch all this rock?
I mean, it's been a while. I kind of want to dig this out and see
what the box looks like.
I mean, it's thick stone surrounding this whole box.
Yeah. Those are probably some really nice stones.
Yeah, this was added after the fact with hard cement.
To close it in?
Yeah. It looks like it's pretty deep. I really kind of want to dig down there and see.
So we're really curious to see how deep this thing goes. So we're going to dig it out and see kind of what the whole box looks like. I'm really interested. I'm guessing that these are really nice pieces of stone. Now, obviously, they've been through a lot, so I'm not sure what I will want to use them for, but...
Polite way of putting it. It's like a little mini stone coffin.
It's very interesting.
Look how wet the stones are that are coming up.
Oh,
And they're...
it's gross. Is that what I think it is?
It sure looks like it, but I'm just gonna assume it's moisture from the ground mixing with really dark mud.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Gross.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
We should do that plexiglass thing where you have a plexiglass section of the
Like
floor.
in the museum, so you can walk on the ancient floor.
And then when people come over, they're like, what's that box? I feel like we're learning things as we dig down. So this was clearly cleaned out mostly and then buried once they no longer needed it. But as we get down deeper, we will spare you the details visually for the most part.
Ew. Oh.
But that is not dirt.
Ew, why are you touching it?
Because it's all over me anyways.
Ew, oh, I'm gonna throw up. It's so gross. It's so gross. Buy a farm, they say.
Wait, whose idea was it to live in a barn?
Whoops.
Or he said he cleaned it out.
The secrets are being revealed today.
Mostly cleaned it out. Not all the way. This is not what I thought we'd be doing today. This is disgusting. It smells so bad.
It smells really bad.
I mean, it's been composting for, I would assume, at least 20 years. But it still doesn't smell great. You have to pick that up.
Brady just got himself into a bit of a tricky situation.
So, I meant to dump the wheelbarrow off the edge so then I could then scoop it into our compost bin because there's no way to get the wheelbarrow down. I lost my grip, The gloves are a little slippery. And look, the wheelbarrow went tumbling down the hill, landing down there. But I want you to take note. It landed perfectly in the compost.
Oh my goodness, did
see
it
that?
really?
Almost like 95% of the wheelbarrow, all of the contents.
Good
It tumbled down the hill and then perfectly landed in the compost.
That was, you did it all on purpose, right?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Cool. I only missed half a shovel.
Wow.
Don't touch the wheelbarrow. Don't touch it with any part of your body.
Ew.
You want to see? Come all the way
All the
inside.
way
Oh, it stinks.
Don't
Oh,
go
no.
inside.
Woo!
Chloe, you want to see what it is?
Please, I'm not going in. What's that big hole?
I don't know, but it's really sticky. Not just stinky, but also sticky.
You said maybe 2 times.
Look at this giant hole, Chloe. What do you think's in the hole?
Money!
Is it your buried treasure? Yeah, something like that.
So this was the whole channel that comes down here, kind of flows downhill. And then out of this big rock here, they chiseled out an arch so that kind of flow into the bucket.
All the pee?
Not just that.
Poop? Pee and poop go in there?
What do you think that is, kiddo?
Poop.
So I thought today I would do something a little less disgusting than yesterday and switch to working on the walls again. The last time we started chiseling against the walls, it was very dusty. And that dust is toxic. So I found this dust extractor fan. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see if this guy can help me out. What's been most annoying for me is finding the tools that I need. So the stores around here are not the best equipped with regard to tools, but I found a company called Vivor that has a crazy selection of tools online, and this guy should suck out all of the dust in the air, push it through this hose and out the door. So, to clarify, I just need to clean up one wall, the interfacing wall. All of the exterior walls have to be covered up because we have to put insulation up. Again, it's required by code. Originally, we didn't really want to, but in the end, it will be best for the making the house as livable as possible, and it is, of course, required. But that means that every room has some rooms have 2 walls of interior space that we can keep exposed. So any of the interior walls, such as this wall, we're chiseling out the old lime mortar. There's even some cement mortar that has been added over the years. We're removing all of that, trying to chisel out in between the edge, and then we'll come back and repoint all of the stones, which means to put new mortar in between the stones. Using a fresh lime mortar, which will be best for the stones to be able to breathe, and then it'll look the nicest as well. So each room will have one of those feature stone walls. But I'm very pleased with the fan. Last time we started to chisel away at the mortar, within 2 minutes you couldn't see in the room, it was so hazy, and it's quite toxic dust. And I mean, currently I hardly feel the need to use a mask. All of the thick stuff falls to the floor. It's just the fine stuff that hangs in the air that's hazardous to you. I can't run the fan, the drill, and the lights at the same time. The battery's not powerful enough for that. So working in the dark, just the daylight coming in. I also picked up this diamond core drill from the same place that I got the fan. It's not quite time to use it yet, but in some sections of the wall, we'll have to chip away a little bit of stone and do some drilling. Still need to get the drill bits here, just so that we can pass electrical wires and plumbing through the wall from one side to the other. It looks kind of fun to use, even though it's not quite time to use it. So I wanted to give you guys a brief update regarding Stella and what we've decided to do. I mentioned a couple of videos ago that we aren't able to get her a friend currently. In that video where I was explaining things further, everyone was so kind and helpful in the comments and honestly encouraging us to consider giving her away so that she could be properly cared for and have friends and other animals to interact with. And we took that to heart, and we thought about it for a long time, and very sadly have come to the conclusion that that would be the best thing for Stella.
So after the incident with Stella, our neighbor actually offered to take her for us. He has other donkeys and goats and other animals. So we have made the difficult decision to give Stella away today. We're all a bit sad, but I think that this is really what is best for all of us. It's best for Stella. She can have friends and not be alone when we're not on the property, and obviously we can't be the kind of friends that she needs. So as of right now, we can't get any more animals. So I think this is the best thing for her, and we want the girls to be safe on our property and be able to wander around without fear of getting hurt. So unfortunately, we have decided that this is what's best.
Good, Stella.
Good job.
Bye, Stella.
This clearly has been a difficult decision that we've spent a lot of time thinking about, but in the end, we wanted to do what was best for Stella, and I do appreciate all of your feedback encouraging us to go this route, because in the end, it does seem like it will be the best route for her. Yesterday we had this load of firewood dropped off. We have plenty of dry wood on top of the mountain. I just don't have the time to harvest it and bring it down. So at least to get us through this year, I wanted to have some delivered. But now it means that I need to build some sort of enclosure to store it and keep it dry, especially on a day like today when we're in the thick of the clouds. It's not really raining, but when you are completely surrounded by the clouds, somehow things just get wet without actually ever raining. So I'm going to start the day by hiking up the mountain, cutting down some chestnut trees that I will use as the structure to keep this wood dry.
I could search the world, would I be happier than now? What if I get hurt?
The mountain is very steep. Makes for not the easiest environment to take trees down in.
It's not the way you touch my hand and smile. 'Cause I want to.
I do hope that after all of that work, we'll get to use at least some of the wood this winter. The weather has been very odd, extremely unseasonably warm. You can see we've lost almost all of the snow from the mountain. It actually does make me a little nervous for next year. While it's quite nice to have warmer weather now, if this region doesn't build up snow, if Europe in general doesn't build up snow in the mountains, it could lead to more severe droughts than we had even last year. So it's nice to have the warmer weather, but it's time to start accumulating some snow.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because next week we have some very special visitors joining us and we may get ourselves into a very interesting situation.
3, 2, 1. Oh, that's not bad.